Hey everybody, back once again, and this is another moon illumination disproving the globe model. So as the last couple videos have done, I'm basically just repeating the same experiment or same example just to prove that, sorry, just trying to focus in on the moon. I'm repeating the same experiment just to prove that this isn't a one-time occurrence, it isn't BS, it isn't fake, that, with any proper scientific method, every experiment should be repeatable. So there you can see the moon, and we'll get her zoomed in a little bit. As you can tell, it is at a, let's see what kind of angle that is, at a 45-degree angle. Basically with the ground facing from my perspective, standing on the flat earth, it would be in a sort of northeastern, if above me is north and the ground is south. As you can see, the sun is in the west. So if the globe model is true and we live on a spinning ball and the sun is the center of the universe and the moon orbits around the earth, and the only reason we see the moon is because it reflects the sun's light, well then, this moon should not be this shape. It should be almost, it should be a full, there, trying to get focus on it. It should be a full 270 degrees rotated clockwise. Basically, at best, it should be a half circle with the unshaded side. So, well, we'll zoom out here so I can point it out a bit better. So this side, where the shade ends, should be really above. So it should be flat and then a semicircle underneath, right? Flat above, semicircle underneath, because the sun is at that angle from a viewer. So if you look at the shadows on the ground, look at the bench here, you can see the shadow is pointing in a directly eastward fashion. So the moon should be reflecting that same light direction, that same light source, but it's not, because the moon produces its own light. And you can verify, as I have done multiple times, and you can look up those videos and that experiment that I did of the moonlight producing a chilling effect upon the earth rather than a warming effect, which is what the sun does. So once again, there's the sun in the west, there's the moon in the east, and it's at an angle that does not match in any way, shape, or form the light of the moon. Sorry, it does not match in any way, shape, or form the globe model that says it reflects the sun's light. So once again, a repeatable, reoccurring proof that we do not live on a spinning ball Earth. And this doesn't prove the flat Earth. What it does is disprove the globe model. It disproves the idea that the moon reflects the sun's light, which is what the globe model claims, and that is just plain false. As you can tell, this is observable. Just go out, test it for yourself. Go get an infrared temperature sensor, and when you see a full moon that's bright and close, like this moon's pretty far away, it's got to be pretty far south in its circuit. So go get an infrared temperature sensor, and when you have a full moon and the moon's bigger, maybe closer, you'll get a more extreme temperature difference, and you'll find that objects in the shade of the moon's light are warmer, and objects in the moon's light are colder. So, opposite of the sun. You cannot have completely polar opposite qualities to the type of light and yet be the same light source. That's just impossible. That's non-logical. So, once again, there's the small, fast, self-luminous moon on the flat Earth, and there's that angle of the shadows. You can see the shadows on all the buildings and all the trees and where the sun's coming from, which I'm directly facing right now, and actually using the camera to shade my eyes so it's not blinding me. All right. God bless. I pray you guys would open your minds, anyone and everyone who sees this, and just realize that we've been deceived. And I'll finish with this simple logic principle. Pretty much everyone accepts that politicians are all crooked and they lie and they're corrupt as all get out. Every single one of them. Some people will say that to you. And blanket statements like that aren't always true, obviously, but the vast majority of politicians are corrupt. They've all been corrupted and bought out by big business, by wealthy people. So if our governments are completely corrupt, made of completely corrupt people, then why is it such a far-fetched idea that they've been lying to us for decades and deceiving us? Our school systems are paid for through the government, through the tax systems. Same thing with the universities. They get tax breaks and tax shelters and refunding from our governments. Why wouldn't our government support perpetuating these lies and these deceptions? It's perfectly logical. It makes sense. If you think clearly, if you can get your head out of your indoctrination, and I understand that's hard. Some of us are more mentally flexible than others, and it's difficult to overcome what you've been taught your whole life. I know I've talked with a lot of people in person about this and not just in my videos, and it's not easy. I'm not, I'm trying to empathize with you. I too was blown away by this and, what it means and how we have to apply it to our lives. But this is our reality. This is our reality that we can experience, that we can observe, and we can know for scientific fact, right? There's the shadows. If that moon is a globe, it's just a rock and just reflects light, there's no way that it should have that kind of light pattern on it. It really should be mostly full, if not entirely full, based on the angle where the sun's at. So, God bless. I pray, you would have ears to hear and eyes to see the truth of our reality as we live in this age that is full of deception and lies. And none of which is our responsibility, or even your teachers. Don't blame those who taught you. They taught the same lie that they were taught. It's been generational, many generations. So be kind, love one another, and seek the truth. And the truth shall set you free. God bless.